Number 9 will be Johnny. Johnny Peixoto.
CJ, qual a sensação de ter feito parte de uma banda lendária como Ramones, que revolucionou todo o estilo do rock, né, da música em geral, todo um estilo musical, que influenciou no surgimento de algumas dos maiores nomes do rock mundial, e sabendo que o Ramones vai servir eternamente de referência musical, tanto para gerações passadas, para as bandas que estão na cena hoje e ainda para as bandas que vão surgir um dia, né? Eu gostaria de saber como é viver isso, sentir isso hoje. E eu gostaria de saber o que tu acha das bandas hoje em dia.
Yeah.
E como é ser imortalizado musicalmente.
He's asking about the new bands. You know, Ramones came in the 70s, and he changed all the music. That everything is completely different that people were playing on that time. And now, for the future, what do you think the new bands? Do you see in other bands things like this revolution that Ramones did in the past?
You know, it's the thing that I've realized over the years is I was always listening for new bands that would you know, make me feel like the same way I felt the first time I heard the Ramones, or just with like that type of sound. But you know what I realized is that the Ramones came out at a time in my life when I was very angry, and you know, so I could relate to the Ramones because it was right at that time period. But to hear a new band now and feel that way, it's I can't, because I'm older. I don't have that same, you know, frustration and everything.
You think the world changed?
Yeah, definitely the world changed. But I think there are bands out there now that speak for the kids from this generation. You know, I maybe can't relate to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it's age or experience or whatever, I don't know. But I think there are bands out there now that speak for their generation and whatnot. But I just don't. When I listen, I don't hear it. I don't hear. Like when I meet kids, I can tell they have punk rock spirit, but most of the bands that I hear, I just don't hear the punk rock spirit in it. There are some out there, but most of them are like underground bands, smaller, unknown bands. But as far as popular music, I just don't hear it.
I'm not sure that you're gonna agree that what Duda Calvin, who's the frontman from Tequila Baby, here that took punk rock in Rio Grande do Sul, in the south of Brazil, and he used to say like this: don't play to be famous or to have money. No, it's a job, okay, you have to work it, but play to have fun, to you know, please your spirit. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really the key. I think if you're playing what you love to play, if you're singing about things that really are important to you and that you feel strongly about, people are going to recognize that and they'll be attracted to you. But when you're just trying to play a certain sound and, you know, have just to try to appeal to more people, it's a very difficult thing to get the two of those together. It's very difficult. You have to play what you love. If you're not playing what you love, you're never going to convince. If you can't convince yourself, you're not going to convince anybody else.
Verdade, se você não se convencer a si mesmo, se você não escuta a sua própria banda, desiste, né, cara? O cara não escuta a própria banda, aí é dose. Mas enfim, o que ele disse primeiro sobre as bandas novas, de que, obviamente, ele mudou. Até o período em que os Ramones entraram, lá em 70, eles estavam revolucionando realmente um jeito de se fazer som que vinha. Ali toda aquela disco music, também o metal, o progressivo, tudo nascendo naquela época, e eles vieram com uma outra proposta. Hoje o mundo mudou, a gente tem outras coisas para revolucionar. O que ele sente falta, às vezes, é justamente esse espírito punk, assim, de falar das coisas que realmente incomodam ou das coisas que realmente significam pra gente, né, alguma coisa. Então, assim, ó, falar falar sobre amor, como a maioria das bandas falam, eu não vejo mal nenhum. Não sei se vocês concordam. Os Ramones falavam, I wanna be your boyfriend e tudo mais. Talking about love. But only talking about love to, you know, make money, because, you know, girls like it, it's different.
Yeah, absolutely. But people, you know, tend to write about that because it's a universal theme that everybody can, you know, can relate to. Everybody's had their heart broken. Everyone's been in love. Everyone's, you know, wanted somebody that they couldn't have. So that's a very common theme. But trying to craft a song about something you've never experienced before is silly. That's why when people like Justin Bieber sing love songs, what does he know about love? He's a child. Do you know what I mean? He's a child.
Yeah.
How can he possibly? And he's a rich child on top of it. So what is there in his life that he struggled for or suffered over? You know, to be able to write punk rock, you've had to suffer. You've had to, you know, have your heart broken, have your ass kicked. You know, you have to have experienced real emotions in your life to be able to write punk rock. You know, it's not something that you can do, you know, sitting in your room imagining it.
Vocês entenderam, né? Para escrever punk rock tem que se ferrar, tá? O cara tem que sofrer um pouquinho, né? E, pô, deu uma chapuletada bonita no Justin Bieber, mas é mesmo, cara. O cara dá conselho de amor, mas vem cá. Não que ele não possa ter tido uma experiência amorosa, sei lá, mas não é o suficiente para só compor sobre amor e tentar influenciar a vida das pessoas através das letras dele. And you guys, what do you like more to sing and play? It? Something romantic or something really badass?
Romantic badass.
Romantic badass.
Yeah.
Both of them. A galera falando, pô, dá pra falar de amor, mas também pode falar de situações terríveis na vida, né, cara? Isso acontece. Acho que falar da vida, de verdade, a vida como ela é importante. Ó, próxima pergunta, estamos chegando à finaleira. O Johnny já foi, fecha com 10. Pedro Gil. Cadê o Pedro Gil? Pedro, cadê o pirulito lá pro Pedro? Vai lá, Pedrão.
A gente sabe que, acima de tudo, o CJ é um verdadeiro fã dos Ramones. Tu queria que ele descrevesse qual é esse sentimento de participar de uma banda que mudou a vida dele, então ele também mudou a nossa, e como é que realizar um verdadeiro sonho, que nem a gente está realizando agora de conhecer o cara.
Your relation being a fan. You have all the records, all the lyrics before getting inside the band, and how it happened.
How I got into the band?
Yeah.
A friend of mine played in a band with Joey's brother, and he called me up one day and said the Ramones are auditioning bass players tonight at this studio in Manhattan, but I was in the Marine Corps at the time.
Yeah.
So I said, well, that's great, but you know, I have to go. And he said, well, you should just go anyway. And then I thought, well, it'd be cool to go and meet them, you know. So I just went down to the audition. It was an open audition. I walked in. I was the first person. I went in and I played I Want to Be Sedated. And I think I played it 2 or 3 times with them, and that was it. And I left and I thought, it's over. I got to meet them. That's great.
So
you know, my life is
time?
complete. No, because I didn't think I had a chance to make it. I just went down because I thought it would be cool to meet them. Okay. So I wasn't nervous, you know. But then they called me up and said, okay, come back, you know. So I went back a few times over the next few months, and eventually I got it.
Ele chegou lá, sem pretensão nenhuma. Disse, vou só conhecer os caras. Aí foi lá, tocou 3 vezes o Wanna Be Sedated. Não imaginava, estava tranquilão, porque ele só queria conhecer os caras. E quando se viu na banda, já recebendo telefonema para entrar para a banda, então imagina, né, aquela coisa assim, fui lá de sangue doce. E é assim que as coisas acontecem. Foi de verdade porque gostava mesmo da banda. A gente faz um rápido intervalo e já voltamos. I'll be back.